If you or a loved one are struggling with type 2 diabetes, you should visit the link in the description below. This clinically proven, drug-free program lowers blood sugar to a normal level and can completely reverse type 2 diabetes within just a few weeks. Here's today's video.
The question, how bad is type 2 diabetes? Answer by Eleanor Murray. I had two uncles who refused to follow reasonable guidelines for type 2 diabetes. They ate too much of carb-laden foods, failed to measure their blood sugar to use adequate insulin, had beer nearly every day in generous amounts, and did not exercise at all. Here is how they made out. One went 90% blind, so couldn't work at 55, couldn't drive. He had debilitating pain from diabetic neuropathy in his feet and legs. The other misjudged a pedicure and developed gangrene from the cuts and 3 amputations that followed. He also developed cardiac failure. One of his favorite meals was half a pound of bacon on Sunday mornings. He used to share the other half with his son, who recently died of a heart attack at 58. But I digress. Both uncles died well before they should have, only because they failed to care for themselves. Their later lives weren't fun and their deaths weren't pretty. Answer by Douglas C. Miller. Type 2 diabetes is usually a manageable disease, and for some patients proper diet, exercise, weight loss, and smoking cessation can actually eliminate it such that no other medication is required. However, your partner is committing not-so-slow suicide. Leaving the diabetes aside, smoking is a major cause of death from lung cancer, throat cancer, other cancers, from emphysema, and from vascular diseases, including coronary artery disease leading to myocardial infarcts, heart attacks, and cerebrovascular disease leading to cerebral infarcts, strokes. It also contributes to hypertension. Untreated diabetes, even without smoking, can cause kidney failure, contributes to hypertension, causes retinal disease leading to decreased vision or even blindness, can cause peripheral neuropathy, which is often extremely painful, and is a major contributor to heart disease and stroke. It also is a major cause of peripheral vascular disease. Others have written about amputation of toes. But some patients get gangrenous feet requiring amputations just below the knee, and on some rare occasions above the knee. Your partner is pushing the limits for all of this at once. If he doesn't quickly reform, get medical attention, and do all the right things, quit smoking, fix his diet, exercise, lose weight, and make sure his blood pressure is controlled, he is on the superhighway to early death, having first been very sick, likely blind, and likely disabled. Answer by Ron Hunter. Well, it can kill you fast or kill you slow. Most of the people it kills quickly are undiagnosed and walking around with very high blood sugar and lapse into a diabetic coma. There are a number of ways it can kill you slowly, and likely painfully. Vascular issues cause a number of problems. Damaged blood vessels causes things like loss of eyesight, loss of limbs, and kidney failure. Excess sugar can cause you to get a fatty liver. Add in the problems caused by the oxidative stress of glycation and you greatly increase your risk for a number of diseases like Alzheimer's. A doctor friend of mine said a rule of thumb is to add 10 years to your life if you're diabetic. So, a 55-year-old will have the health risks of a 65-year-old. My brother was diagnosed in his mid-20s with diabetes. He didn't take good care of himself and died at age 49, ostensibly from heart failure, but it was really brought about as complications from diabetes. The problem is that despite how much you want to make them change, people can only change themselves. I think the indirect approach is the best. Simply leave articles around about the health effects of diabetes and hope they'll read them and respond.